Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Great.
good.
Well,
We were talking a lot right now, a few minutes ago. Okay.
Yeah.
yes,
Hi,
welcome
Tony.
Antonella and Maria. Here we
Yeah.
were talking about the idea of AI, and
Yeah.
Vivi is going to introduce us a new app that she has got to know.
No, I downloaded it yesterday. Let me tell you, just a minute. It's an app run by Pearson. It's called Mondly, Mondly. It's got like a map for you to, if you want to find it, and it's orange. I downloaded it yesterday, and it's let me see if I can tell you. Let me see. Mondly. If you don't know it, maybe you want to explore it. It says Mondly by Pearson. What language do you speak? No, I don't think you can see it. It says, well, I chose español, quiero aprender, and I chose English. And it also has English, Americano, and it has Russian, French, many languages. And then you have three icons here to choose from, and it says
Sorry, Viviana, but your image is blurred, so that's why
yes,
we
I'm
can't
going
see.
to unblur it. Let me see. Blur, no.
Yes, click
No.
on blur. If you click on blur, it will
I
unblur.
have already, no sé
Yeah.
si lo.
Yes, now
Okay,
yes.
can you see it now?
Yeah.
It says, I wrote Español, English, British English, and then, well, in Spanish, because I had to choose my language. So I said Spanish, and it says principiante, intermedio, avanzado. And when I got to that, I said, okay, but so this is for the student. So the thing is that there is an app for the student to learn instead of Duolingo, you see, but run by Pearson. And apparently Pearson is launching a new app next year called Luna. App or AI, a robot, I don't know. And that will be included in the books, and they have online, on the online books, the virtual books. I don't know much. I haven't talked to Barbara from Pearson, yes? But I thought you knew it, but well, so I'm bringing this information to
New
you
information, fresh and new
to
information.
just,
Very useful.
kindle your own fire.
Great, thank you, Vivi. Nice start. And all right,
Yes, this is interesting.
we started very formally because we are recording, but we have to welcome. Well, Cynthia said no. We have to welcome. We wanted to welcome Antonella to the group. No, that's a,
Yes.
hello, Antonella. Welcome.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Because
Yeah.
there are so many people here and we didn't meet all of them during the opening event. So maybe you can introduce yourself, Antonella.
Hello, can everybody listen to me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning to all. How are you? My name is Antonella. I'm a student at Profesorado, yeah, in Consudec. And I enrolled this course, because I want to improve my techniques skills, mainly. And I don't know, what is this about? I will discover it as it goes along.
Great. Okay. We usually discuss different things that we have in mind, different things that we try. And based on that, we work on the apps or in the material. For example, now I am checking monthly on the internet. Yes. And well, that is how we go over it. You can participate, you can bring your knowledge, your doubts, whatever you want. Okay. So that we learn together. Yes. So you know that we have two coordinators here, but we are here just to make the notes, the record of what we are doing, but we all participate together.
Great,
So
thank you. Can you then send to me the recording? I don't know if this meeting is recorded.
it will be, yes, uploaded. We have a YouTube channel and everything is there. You can find every
Okay.
meeting there.
Okay, thank you.
And the
Welcome,
coordinators
actually.
are Cynthia and Maria Belén or Lube.
Mhm.
Okay. So, but and they say we just write notes and then they do a million things.
We just do the things.
They are
It's
so
very
big
funny.
things. We create a blur for the social media and all of that. It's interesting, but it's a teamwork, and that's what we like about it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Propose. It's a nice group.
Yes, it is.
All right.
So thank you, Vivi. This is interesting. I was checking that you can also find it online, but you have to log in, and I am not going to log in now. But I think that apart from using it on your phone, downloading the app, you can use it online, I think.
Okay.
So that's
I'm
another
just
possibility.
giving this to you because I learned about it yesterday, and I said, okay, I have to explore this. I wouldn't like Pearson to sell us this, but perhaps they can tell us what it is about, and they can tell us what they are planning to do with Luna, because I think that if this she told me about things like the students do their homework and that is corrected by the AI. And when I heard that, I said, I want it. What is this? You know? So I don't know. I thought it was something new to explore.
Nice.
And if it can help us all in our work.
Last year, there was this, here at the city of Buenos Aires, there was this, I don't know, tech meeting. It was delivered by the city. There were lots of specialists, and there were, it was very good. It was 2 days, I remember, in November. And I went only one day. There, Estrada was invited, and they were launching a new AI that was for Spanish teachers, and they told me that they were I don't know, they had an agreement with someone from the English field, let's say, and I assume that probably they have, I don't know if Estrada or any other publishing house is connected to that as regards English, but they were launching something to help teachers correct, and they had a lot of material over there. I still have the brochures and all those things. So probably we can, because they were launching this AI and they were testing it. And they asked teachers they asked Spanish teachers to test it. And obviously later they were going to charge for it. But well, I don't know. Maybe this is something connected to that. I have no idea. Probably I am Probably I am inventing all this.
But most publishers do have a digital component, and they have this. They have already been publishing materials where students do things and activities get self-corrected. So I think they want to innovate with the new thing now. Yes, AI. But
I think I have the material at hand. I'll go and try to look for it, and I'll show you to see if this is connected to what you know, Vivi.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I was checking that this one monthly has like different flags. I think that there are different languages there to be used, not only English.
No, this is what I have just said. Yeah.
Okay.
You can choose the language you want to learn.
Right.
And the annual subscription is about $40-something. 47,
Is that
40.
for a teacher or for any person who wants to use
No,
it?
for the
No,
learner.
for
the
learners.
For any of them. Okay.
And
Yes,
you
I
can
think-
choose whether you want
Okay.
to study language because you need to travel, because for business. Well, that's what I saw last night. Yes.
Mhm.
You
It's
choose.
interesting.
I created an account with my
Mhm.
with my with a password and my email account, but I didn't have time to explore it.
No problem. No problem. We can
I'm
do.
free for 7
I-
days, but I don't know if I want to pay
Yes.
for it. I
Now I
wanted
remember.
to find out more. I was tempted, I said, okay,
Mhm.
I'll see what I can do with this. But
I was checking while you were talking, Viviana, and now I remember because it rang a bell. And I somewhere I got to know about this monthly, and I did the same as I did just now, but I found that it was very simple. So that's why I didn't use it. And it's really for students more than for teachers.
For teachers,
students
yes,
who
yes.
want to
That's
get
why-
in. And I was reading that they were comparing it with Duolingo. They say that it seems to be better than Duolingo. Right.
Okay, when we explore it, or perhaps in the next session, some of us will have had the chance to explore it and we can share our insights.
Okay.
Now it's like all
Perhaps
speculation.
Barbara Salvador, I was told to contact her,
Okay.
can tell us what it's about, and if it is free and gratis for those who use Pearson books or not. What is the difference between Luna that's coming next year and they are feeding it now, between Luna and Mondly. I don't know.
Okay,
have her
we'll figure
contact?
this out later.
Huh?
Do you have Barbara's contact? I really don't know her.
Yes. You don't know her? Yes, I can contact her because
Okay.
he knows. We've already met. I haven't talked to her for some time, but I don't mind contacting her.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you,
That would be
Vivi.
great.
Thank you.
That would be great.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to know, because I couldn't attend the annual event. So what were the highlights? What have you agreed? What would be the focus of this year, according to
There were
what
not
most?
really, we didn't decide on a focus. That's what we
We
should
have
do
to do it
today.
now.
We'll
Okay.
do it now.
Yes, because it was like a brainstorming of so many things, so many interests that were there appeared. And so we have to organize that and try to go to a concrete project or something that we can see at the end of the year. But maybe we can continue with the blog as we started last year. I will let you know what they were talking about. How to leverage artificial intelligence, content curation, switch from screens. That was another interest that was there, that there is so much exposure to the screens that how can we use technology to have it in our favor, but at the same time to get aside from the screens a bit. So that was another of the concerns. How to connect with adult learners was another one. And then, well, those were more or less the biggest things. Now we have to try to organize all of that. AI was like the
Or
biggest.
add something extra. I tell you
Of
what we
course, yes.
decided in the BE SIG, Business English SIG, we decided we came because artificial intelligence now is a transversal topic. It crosses everything. So we said, okay, we know that we can be hours on end talking about AI every single session, because there's always some there's always some AI that is fantastic for something. And being there so many. So we said, let's just concentrate on the content. And for each topic that we do, we will see how to use AI, So maybe if you agree, that would be perhaps a nice approach, because if we start talking about AI, we will never end. So it's so vast. And I think that one of the things we have to offer is this idea of content curation. We have to lower teachers' anxiety, I include myself, by saying, okay, listen, there's a lot out there, but you curate what you need for today, for the project to be great. So I love the fact that you've chosen other topics like switching from screens, content curation, connecting with other learners, and maybe AI can cross all those topics. So there will be a little module including AI in all. No? What do you think?
That's a good point. I was thinking about this thing of getting away from the screens. In my case, it's a bit difficult because I teach online. So I have to meet my students online. For those who teach at schools or at companies in different places, maybe go back to the old things. I don't know, using technology to create a crossword and print the crossword instead of using the crossword on an app. These kind of things. I don't know if that's exactly what those people with those ideas would use. I was thinking about that one. Go back to games. Of course, we are the EdTech 6, so technology has to be included. But how can we do it?
Sorry,
Well,
but
that goes
we are.
kind of, oh, sorry.
No,
That
I
goes
was
hand in
thinking
hand with
that
these. Oh, yes, go ahead. Go
if we
ahead. Sorry.
are okay, if we are online teaching, we can do something. It depends who you have in front of a computer, but we could do something that they have to be connected to the computer, but at the same time doing something different. Like, for example,
Yes.
suppose I am thinking just grammatically now. There are. Okay, so grab a piece of paper, a pencil, colors, and I will describe an office, a place, whatever, and you have to draw it. For example, there is this, there is that, there are that, and then they have to show it, send it, right? To see the description. For example, I was thinking, or just putting music. This is like an activity to get them into something different from their regular class, right? Like, for example, showing, putting some music, ask them to close their eyes and just feel what comes to them, emotions, sights, whatever, and then do a brainstorming on that. And that is a different way of getting out of a computer. For example,
those are good points, yes.
Now that you say that, I'm thinking I have, for example, some students on Friday and they are all at their home. Okay, I could say for next class, we will do a cooking class, for example. Just something very simple, instructions about it, and at the same time you do this, something very simple, but that maybe takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm just being creative on
well, you know that I teach at the Lenguas, no? My subject for 28 years has been workshop on games, music, arts and crafts, and educational technology. And now and since the pandemic, I've had it bimodal. So I do all those things online. We're using the screens with the inner eye and all that. And it's a great idea and it's very good. We have to see how, as Cynthia said, how to connect it with, because just having the screen doesn't make the activity tech. But it's very useful. No. Maybe we can say, I like it anyway, Maria's idea, because it's how to switch from screens, even though you are
on screen
teaching online. but we have to find a tech thing there, maybe asynchronously. Because, for example, you can do scavenger hunts, working with the computer. I think that the main point with when they are working with screens is making them, physical scavenger hunts. I think that maybe the thing is making them move. The problem with being on the screens is not moving. It's not only just having the screen in front. Maybe we can expand that, because the problem is being seated.
Yoga for instructions.
Move around.
Stretch your arms.
An escape game that is physical. The physical escape game, or I don't know, but I'm just. But there are many things that you can do to make them move. Choreographies online. There are techniques for doing choreographies, but we will have to see how that is related to technology, aside from the fact that I have a window. it's still we still have to find a way of
the connection with technology is that you are technologically connected, but the thing is to get away of this for I don't know,
get away
a
from
break
it.
of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because if there is technology, then you're in front of the computer, the cell phone, or whatever. So for me, the thing is use the music that comes out from the computer, the phone, wherever, the view, the instructions, but that they can do something different with their senses, because
yes, that's
their
what
senses, because this is the thing. Smell. Once I listened to a podcast that says if you want your students to learn, smelling is one of an important sense. So that you associate with things. So bring something nice to your class, some flowers, for example. That is something else. Bring something that you would like, a perfume, flowers, whatever that smells good. Bring it to class. Okay. And then they will have to describe and see what they use it for, what things they associate it with, whatever they want to tell about that thing they bring in class connected with smell, for example. Why not then put it in their classes there next to their computers? So they are getting them out of the screen. But yes, we are using technology because they are connected. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to be connected.
Some activities that I do at the Lenguas with this bimodalidad, some, of course, I need them face-to-face. So we have once a month, we go there, but then 3 times per month, we work online. And I do my workshop online, and we do activities like that that are very, very good with crayons. I have some crayons right here, for example. It's very nice, but I don't know. I just have them here because I used them the other day. And they have to draw the music with these crayons, but well, I cannot do them face to face.
No, online. You cannot do them
online. No. I'm
yes,
saying that I have different bags because I used to make them do this at the Lenguas,
Right.
But now I tell them, listen, grab some crayons from home, and we do activities using other things. So of course, this can always be a screen, but so. And I think that doing things with the screen, but things that have to do with your life, with the smelling that you said, is fantastic. Those things are fantastic. Drawing, the inner eye. I have a lot of activities and things to contribute with that. But maybe we have to shape this so that it's clear that we are. How can we put, because we know that those things are necessary, but still we are the technology sick, so we have to show that, okay, it's a screen, but I feel that maybe we have to add something extra asynchronously. The activities are invaluable, are fantastic and priceless, and having students create things with their hands, make choreographies. There's a technique for choreographing that I can show you if you want, but we have to find a way of connecting it with our SIG, something beyond the screen, or changing the name, like, okay, the EdTech SIG goes wild. So we acknowledge that technology is fantastic, but we are offering you the balance thing. So
right, because too much technology, it's killing people.
It's killing people, literally. Sitting down is killing people, absolutely. So maybe we can go wild and say no tech, I don't know, but we have to do the market.
Tech plus life.
Techless.
Techless.
Minimum tech, like, okay, with just the screen, you can still do these things, just with the screen, like minimum. We have to find a way of marketing this because we know the value of these activities, getting them to stand up, to move, to use other senses. It's amazing. I mean, I've taught it for 28 years already. So, but we have to find a connection with it.
And if you do something of this sort in class, in an online class,
it's fantastic.
The day I started telling them, okay, come on, stretch out, stand up, sit, move your legs or whatever, they started laughing and enjoying.
They love it.
It depends on the age of the students. What are we talking about?
Adults.
Well, we can use all ages.
Adults.
No, but
Adults.
kids also.
Professionals, the owners of a company. Right.
I think all ages.
Yes.
Maybe we can think of things to you with, you know, these cooks that say with just 2 ingredients, you do this, no? And you make fantastic eggs with just a screen, minimum screen sharing, no? The minimum desirable, the maximum, we know we can go all the range, or we can go wild by, but maybe with just a screen, you can do all these things. You don't think that because you have the screen in front, you cannot do all these things that are valuable. So I think it's a question of framing the language to do the marketing. A ver, arcoíris de hoy. What do we have? Cynthia
I love the rainbow.
Oh, that is an example. I use that one because at the when I start my lessons, I usually tend to try to see how the students are feeling, how is their day. And they are usually at the company or during their working time. So I need to know how to manage their mind in a way that they can learn, because otherwise they are answering messages, they are answering a call, somebody interrupts them. So I try to set the atmosphere for learning, and I need to know what is happening in their life at that moment. So I use something like this. This one is in Spanish because I was sharing it with other teachers. So the idea is some movement, not only the screen. The moment we start the lesson, they have to try to find something related to these colors. So they can find, I don't know, a piece of clothes. If they don't have something nearby, they should stand up and go something very fast, because I don't want to waste time with this, but I want them to move a bit. And then with the colors, they have to explain why they choose that color, what is happening. And so in that way, they use the language, they move. And I am using in this way the technology because I create this in Google Slides. So when Maria was talking about this, about movements and how we can connect it with technology, so maybe the technology behind here is Google Slides, an image, but the students are moving. So they come, check the colors, and this thing of smelling, using the body, maybe they can find something there that has a smell and they can describe what the smell is. Okay, so this is how I use it. You are free to use it, of course, if you want to use something similar, because I feel this idea of the movement is very important. I used to have a student who was, she was very good, but she usually got nervous. And if she was sitting, the moment she had to stand to to deliver a presentation at work, she couldn't manage it. So I tried to make her stand up all the time. And we used the windows too. And she got up and told me things that she could see from the window using the language that we were working with. So in that way, technology was not involved, but it was necessary for her development beyond the language, because the language was a barrier, but she had an extra barrier. So we had to work on a lot of things at that moment. So I don't know. I think that maybe these kind of things are also part of the technology and not technology at the same time. And well, I just wanted to share the example with you.
It's lovely. I think it's
With all this,
necessary
I'm
to
thinking,
tell
oh,
them.
sorry.
Yes, no, Julie, no,
Yeah.
no. I think it's necessary to
No.
show them the other side, I mean, the flip side, you know, and to
Yeah.
compensate for that, because then we can give them a million activities to do with the technology, but the compensation strategies, you know, to create healthy human beings or to help develop healthy lifestyles, I think it's probably part of our task too, no?
I tell them that, for example, unless they are in the company, and they have to be at their desk or somebody else's desk, if they are doing home office, find a spot in your place where you find comfortable enough to enjoy the class with your coffee, with whatever you want, right? So I had a student that was always stressed out. Okay, go to your bedroom, lie, have a comfortable position and just lie, and she enjoyed classes much more.
Right.
So
yes,
this feeling of enjoying what they are doing. And
I think
I
that
was thinking of another activity that, for example, it's just a little bit of fluency and accuracy. It's that, for example, you can start they all together have to invent a story. So somebody starts with for example, their second one says there was a woman in, no? If you have a group, But they can be doing that with their eyes closed, for example, imagining the situation. So you get them out of the screen as well. And then Simon says, you can do it, that they are all standing, or for example, I remember in the past I used this thing about tenses. For example, you are all you stand, and the one who doesn't know whatever sits down. And so, for example, the activity was based on tenses, the present, past, and participle. Okay, so you can do that online if you have 5, I don't know, 4, 6, and they are standing, sitting, the same. And we are getting them, they are learning, and well, they don't need to be looking at the computer all the time because that kills their eyes also.
What I was thinking about, because as you were mentioning this idea of getting away from the screen, of course, I thought about this new regulation that there is at schools in the city of Buenos Aires that students should not have their mobile phones around, right? So I was thinking about a responsible use of technology, and maybe this term or this concept can embrace the different ideas that we have been mentioning, like how to use technology in a responsible way. I mean, both in an online class where you need to have technology as a medium, because what we are saying is we use, for example, Zoom, but we do more traditional or more paper-based activities or more movement-based activities. But at the same time, we do have lessons that maybe are not online, and we do have to integrate technology in our lessons because of the curriculum that tells us, okay, we need to integrate technology as well. So what about thinking about how to use technology responsibly? And maybe we can also integrate AI in this idea, because there are, as you said before, there are a lot of AI tools, and I find them overwhelming. I don't know how to start, what to do, how to cope with them. So maybe teach our students or guide our students through a responsible use of tech. Yeah. I tried an activity with a group of adult students in the University of Buenos Aires with technology, with artificial intelligence and writing. So this is a very, very basic level. We are doing an A1 level, and they had to write a personal profile, for their university campus and so on. So I asked them first to write the personal profile without any help, at all in class. Then I asked them to open the booklet, the material I give to them, to work on editing on that profile. And then I asked them to go home and edit it or write a new version using artificial intelligence. And basically what I wanted to see is what their reflections were, because then I asked them 4 or 5 questions, which version did you like the best and why? How did AI help you or not help you? Yeah, and I was really surprised with the reflections, because most of them said that they had liked their own versions better, because they were the versions that they were able to write without any help. And it was really surprising. And now I want to sort of dig into it, because they said that the artificial intelligence allowed them to make their writing, they said, more fluent or more sort of personal. That is to say, they wrote sentences, basic sentences, like my name is, I am 30 years old, I am from this country, my email address is. So when you read the artificial intelligence version, it was like, hi everyone, my name is and I am originally from if you want to contact me, please reach me at. So it was like they found it more natural, more fluent. So it was really interesting. And what I wanted to share with them is that they had the tools to write, and that they could maybe use AI in a responsible way, okay, in a critical way. So I don't know what you think about that.
Like it, yes. A nice experience.
I think that writing is one of the issues that people are less interested in learning because they have this tool which can which helps them. So
yes, I mean,
I have a question for you,
yes.
Juliana. You gave the students, if I understood well, the instruction to write a story. What was it? Or
It was a personal profile because we were like, it was after the first unit, very, very basic unit on personal information, verb to be.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a final task was to write a personal profile, introducing themselves. Okay.
Okay. And did you give the students the rubric or the instruction that they had to write in the AI?
Yes, I can show you like
because
I can show you the assignment.
Okay.
I gave them like step by step, and of course I told them that the assignment would not have like a mark, but it would like I would comment on their reflections, let's say. So I'm sharing it on the chat.
By the way, is there a way, as there was before, we can we save the chat, because I cannot. There are very interesting comments, and I don't know how to save the whole chat.
Yes, there are like 3 suspensive dots on top of the chat, if you see them, like next to where it says Sala de Reuniones de Cecilia, there are like 3 suspensive dots I can see, and if you click
yes,
there,
that is
save chat.
because it was at the bottom a long time ago.
Yes.
They moved it to the top. Okay, thank you.
And sorry, now that you mentioned this, are you using the AI to do the summary of the video of the session?
We could use it, no?
How is it? Because how is it that you go about it? Because
it's pretty good.
Right.
That is very
pretty
interesting.
Good. Now it's better because but you need it makes some mistakes, but it as everything, it needs editing, but it's quite accurate, you know?
Yes. What but how do you go about it? Because
I'm going to set it. It's okay.
Yes.
How do you
AI
set it?
companion.
AI companion.
AI companion.
There, a companion loading it.
So as to simplify poor catch me up. Are there any okay, what topics are being discussed?
Maybe this is the host has to
Based on the meeting, there appears to be a brief discussion about AI companions, but the conversation is fragmented and incomplete. Making it difficult to determine the full scope of topics discussed. Girls, we need to
focus.
This is a blow below the belt. I'm going to dismiss you. You're fired. Okay, well,
what a good comment, because it's true.
This is what it says so far. I'm going to allow it to record everything and tell us at the end.
Juli, the reflections the students wrote were in Spanish, I assume.
Yes, of course, because the course is that's why the questions are also in Spanish. It's just like it's in the first time, and it's supposed to be targeted at people who have never studied English. Okay, like real beginners. What happens is that I always get false beginners. You know, but of course the reflections, yes, were in Spanish. Yes. One student attempted writing them in English, and then he was like translanguaging. It was really interesting as well. But whatever he could say in English, he said it, and then he like passed on to Spanish. Well, I was going to tell you that I have my baby cat here. Sorry, but basically, my idea for the assignment was triggered because last year we were discussing with the other group of the other teachers, yes, teaching at this department in the UVA, that students were using AI to do their writings, and there was even one student that was expected to use AI during an exam, you know, like for the writing in a test, and the teacher couldn't like actually spot it at the so I'm talking about university level. I mean, so it's like a little bit worrying as well. Yeah. So I said, okay, what can we do? Yes, to like not to like ban artificial intelligence, because it's like when mobile phones became, you know, popular, it's like at the beginning, like we want to ban it, but like we will need to integrate them somehow. Yeah. So like what can we do, yes, to integrate it, but in a critical and in a useful way and in a responsible way. So this is what I was thinking about.
Another excellent point. Great. We have, as the AI said, so many things. So this is interesting. The idea now, the challenge for us would be how to like give it a, I don't know, some kind of shape so that we have something concrete at the end of the year. And maybe, I don't know, but if this would be too much, thinking about planning a lesson, I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud. Planning a lesson, considering all of this. So how can we go over lesson planning, taking all of this into account, and considering different tools for AI as help, and this idea of switching the screen. I don't know. This is the first thing that comes to my mind, but I don't know. Of course, we can think about it together.
I don't understand what we're supposed to do to think of.
Okay, how to put all of this together, all of our ideas together to do something so that at the end of the year we can have kind of, I don't know, a product or an example to show, something that can be concrete. Because if we start thinking about, as Ceci was saying, about AI, there is like a lot of things. So how can we put that into practice with something specific? That's why I was thinking about planning a lesson, because that would be specific. We have everyday lessons, and maybe we can think of all of these ideas in lesson planning. But that's the point, not just to have separate things, because all of the things you're saying are very interesting. Now we have to put them together. That's what I feel. Of course, I don't know. Maybe you have different feelings.
No, I agree.
I
think
like
that
the idea of lesson planning. Yeah, like
lesson planning is
integrating
great,
everything.
but we have to choose a level, and there was also interest in adults in this group. I think that how about doing some brainstorming on other topics that have been bothering us this summer, let's say, and let's see how we can integrate, as Cynthia says, all those topics into some kind of product at the end for the end of the year. But because if we just focus on out of the screen, what do we do within the screens? You know, what kind of focus, real technological focus are we giving our research? No, because we're going to do research and explore and give talks probably and share tools. So we know that AIs are going to help us across any topic we choose. Which other topics do you think that are there at the back of your mind? Is that, oops, this. For example, I did a course on Escuela de Maestros. I finished I've been obsessed lately with metacognition, aprender, and all those things. Now I'm doing another one on metaverses, and I did another one on creation of virtual environments. So really, there are many things that we can choose, to do. So in terms of technology, what are we going to do? And in terms of out of screens thing, apart from Maria's lovely ideas, what other things can we do, to help offer a balanced product to our students, So but we are still missing the tech things, I feel. So content, which content would we like to deal with? Adults, because if we make a lesson plan for what age? So, well, let's discuss. Let's do brainstorming. Maybe we can write in the chat and
probably
whatever comes to mind, and we choose.
Probably we can base this on levels rather than age, because we all teach different ages. For example, I mainly teach kids and adolescents. I don't teach adults.
Okay.
So probably we can take this to their level of English, and then using AI we can adapt the activity for adults or for teenagers.
Okay,
or for
that's
kids.
a lovely idea. Well, why don't we take 1 minute? Shall we try this? Cynthia, do you allow me to guide this thing? Can we do blind brainstorming? If poor Belen is going to find it hard because she's on the cell phone. But just topics that you have at the back of your mind, apart from adults or teenage, whatever, write whatever you want that you think that is hot topic. And together we can see which are the hottest.
And then I think that
in the
what
chat.
most
Yeah.
okay. Well,
No, in the chat, and then we discuss, because then so we can take everything out. No? Silent, 1 minute. We need any topic that you think that can be nice. Well, valuing the meeting, no, that you had, and content curation is interesting. But I like. Well, it's okay.
there's a lot.
But it's nice to see some topics get repeated. So, but there are new
yeah,
topics.
yeah.
Yeah, saving time. Nice, nice.
One question, this AI companion is something that has to the host of the meeting does, or each of the assistants can do?
If the host has it
What
configured so that you can use it, I think that you can click and you can have a summary of the meeting. Click, can you
For
try
example,
clicking? If you click, if you have it there and
catch me up. Are there any actions
so
items?
lovely. Well,
Was my name mentioned?
It is blinking. The AI companion is blinking.
It is? Yes, it's blinking. It's a little star.
I don't know.
It's hypnotizing. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I've just clicked on it and it says, catch me up. Was my name mentioned? Are there any action items? What topics have been discussed?
Now that one, what topics have been discussed should be, no?
Juliana's little kitten appeared in the topics. Juliana mentioned her little cat. So nos escracharon más. All right, here we go. All right, so we can have a summary. This is a lovely list of topics. Well, no content curation. Most of us want content curation, right?
Yeah.
So that has to be one of the topics. One, lovely. So,
and I think that one goes hand in hand with this idea of working less, let's say, when we are planning.
For content curation, I love this. I have it on my board. I think I showed it
Definitely.
to you at some point, but there is a road to follow, and it's very important. You know, we are artists. We are like curators of art. But this is a way of simplifying. I think, you know what? It's very interesting because I think that content curation helps to lower students and teachers' anxiety. Why? Because there is information toxicity in the world today, and we know that, and it happens to us and it happens to our students. So I think that if this SIG can help with from the topics that we've discussed, it seems that we are focused on trying to throw some things into some kind of balance. You know, okay, we're the tech SIG, but let's curate content to lower students and teachers' anxiety. We know that there may be jewels out there, but we don't want to contribute to students and teachers' anxiety by telling you you're always missing out on something. Okay, you curate content. See what you have chosen, why you've chosen it, where you will store it, because there are nice tools to store content. Beautiful. I lost one, but I have it somewhere. Beautiful, store it somewhere that makes you feel happy, and that's it. Go out for a walk with your dog, you know? So I think that this message that the SIG can send out to students and teachers could be very nice. So use technology responsibly. I like the responsible use that Juliana said. So if this can be our focus this year, like the mission, to lower people's anxiety by giving them tools to manage within a technological context and to balance things out. No? So curation is one of the topics. Having an AI assistant is another one, or an AI agent is another one, so that I know that these tasks, my assistant does them, you know? So how to use the AI as an assistant, which is for learning. And the other topic, learner autonomy. You set up devices and tools so that they can, okay, you don't need me. You're working on your own. Just move ahead. I will set the scene. I will give you tools so that you can move your way. So that lowers also teachers' anxiety, because we don't have to be looking, I know, tracking down everybody all the time. We're so obsessed with doing things right that we perhaps over technical life balance. You see, we are going there. So moving out of screens, I think there is an axis here. No, what do you think? And I will shut up. Ceci. So let's make a summary. Content curation. Yes, I will take a picture. I will get my phone. Sorry.
I agree with you, Ceci. This thing of reducing anxiety through the use of technology, all these things that you were doing sounded amazing.
I know what the AI will say. Cecilia didn't stop talking all the time. Shut her up. No, not all the time, just as a conclusion.
Wow.
Okay.
But talking about anxiety, that is the feeling I get after, not today, but after other meetings we had in the past, because it's always something, there are so many new things, and I am always behind
Yes.
after a meeting. So sometimes it's like things get repeated in the sense that for these you have, I don't know, 10, I say 10 to say a number, different possibilities. Okay, so maybe we could go over the main issues and what is it that is really helpful.
And how can we balance this? Yes. How strategies? I think we need to give teachers strategies to lower anxiety and enjoy life and focus on what is important, you know? Like the personalization of the course to the students, you know, taking care of them, things technology and AIs and all those apps cannot do.
But when we talk about content curation, what do we mean by that? Content curation for what?
For anything.
For example,
okay.
I will share for reading and
I agree with Belen's comments. She says that we are behind because all these tools are advancing so fast all the time.
Yes.
And we're always trying to catch up. Yeah.
We need coping strategies. Yes. So I think that technology has to come this year, perhaps, as we are all saying, with a doses of human touch, a big human touch doses to help us balance things. So which are things that AI agents, regardless of how advanced they are, cannot offer, you know? So we can really help that way. I shared it in the WhatsApp group.
Technology and well-being. There is a wellness sick. Don't forget.
Yes.
Yes.
We are meeting today.
Technology and the amygdala. No, it's like I see Richard here. Richard.
Don't let the amygdala hijack your brain.
No, the amygdala, no. No.
Maybe we should have a meeting together or have some of the members. I don't know how, but maybe we should have.
We'll
It could be
see
interesting.
if we can.
Yes, I like that. No, maybe that can be our focus. No, and this can help us put all these things we want, content curation, within the same scope, the same umbrella. You know, content curation can get into this. Getting out of screens also, having an AI assistant also. What else?
Going specific, for example, we have discussed this last year about Jamboards, which disappeared, for example. Till now, I haven't been able to find something so friendly, because even the whiteboard.
But the whiteboard, no? You can stick things on the whiteboard. You can stick pictures on the whiteboard.
Don't you want to show us how you use Ceci? Because I haven't found them
no,
friendly.
They are so good. Let me show you. They are not the best, but I can show you my whiteboard.
Because I find that if you have to click in and out, and when.
But you can download them and send it in PDF, in PNG format.
Yeah, but what I liked about Jamboard is something that you were online. You were having your class and you could put things there, and the spur of the moment, like a whiteboard in class, right there, very easily. Whereas this doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's lost, Mary. You have to let it go. You have to let it go.
Yes, no. That's why I'm talking about curation, and remember this. So, for example, what is it that you find as easy as that?
Well, what I love is that I can use different colors. I can get students to talk about what they want. I can stick pictures, as you can see. Let me make it bigger. We're talking about household chores. You know, here. So, well, my handwriting was horrible. I was doing, but I have this pen, the magical. We talked about this the other day.
Yes.
Last year. And I write here, not with the mouse. It would be impossible. But well, I find whiteboards, and I haven't exploited them yet, because.
But which one do you is this a new whiteboard you want, or you use one of the existing ones?
No, I always have new whiteboards. Existing whiteboard, the ones that have, and I do different things, you know, for example.
Sorry, Ceci, which whiteboard are you using?
Zoom.
Zoom, okay. For Google Meet, because I never use Zoom with my students. I use Google Meet.
I don't know. I'm not acquainted with tools in Google Meet.
Probably there you can use Canva.
Okay.
Where? Yes. Okay.
I have shared some things from. I haven't used the Canva whiteboard, but I have used other things with. But they keep on changing things all the time. So probably you check that before you have the class, because Canva is changing a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
See, that caption that says bold plus text, that do you pay attention to that? Because it's so fast that comes at when you start a new existing
Look at this, the templates are so good. No, you can get students to complete.
You're not sharing. You're not sharing.
No, but wait, it's coming.
Sorry.
If you have
yes, more work, less clicks, and then what comes there, I don't know.
So one of the things that we need our students to do, we were talking there in the chat, we saw reading comprehension. Give them a
Right.
flow chart for them to fill in, and you can do it all together. You just have to look at all the options. If you have Zoom, that Zoom gives you in whiteboards and in flow charts and in different types of organization, Kanban or whatever. So maybe we say, okay, you are a team of people, whatever, and you use that Kanban template. You have a lot of templates. This is just one. The task can be, okay, let's all together discuss how to organize these activities into to-do list. Let's make the to-do list, what's in progress, or I don't know. So you can use the whiteboards as a follow-up to any activity, and this is so good. You go to new whiteboard, and just by looking at them, you can see how to structure the content of your follow-up or the conversation, probably, you know.
You go to a new whiteboard, and then what you do?
I don't use them so much, no, but I used it a couple of times. But you go to new whiteboard and then use template. ¿Por qué no me sale?
No, because templates
but
are
then
in the three dots.
Then you go to export, and you can export in PDF, PNG, or, well, commas, CSV. But let's see, whiteboards. Bueno, I don't want to. Existing whiteboards or no sé por qué no me da. Well, okay.
No, when you click on the three dots. If you click on the three dots.
No, it's not the three dots. It's in whiteboards, but maybe existing whiteboards. Well, anyway, explore whiteboards because they are existing whiteboards, all templates.
Yes.
I cannot share Agile as Scrum. I'm also doing a course on Agile methodologies, which is very good. So you can have different types of configurations, and you can get students to comment on these and discuss, and then according to what they say, you move the little, or you write, or you move the pieces of paper, you know. So, and they come for us already, you know. You can drag and drop.
I don't find them so
existing
user-friendly.
whiteboards, and before it opens, existing whiteboards, and you will have the ones that you have written before, because they get stored in Zoom, or you go to new templates, before opening. Okay, well, that's it. So that's Jamboard replacement for me.
So maybe one of our tasks related to content curation could be to explore different apps like these ones. And if we want to use a board, you can explore maybe, Maria, different apps, and following the route that Ceci has shared.
Yes, I have explored,
choose.
but I don't find in class. I don't find it quick, because when, for example, if you want to move from the screen because you are sharing a reading passage, and then you have to go back, it takes a lot of time. It's not really fast. That's why I don't like it. I haven't used it. So that's why, if you have any suggestions for a whiteboard.
Okay, I shared here Sandbox, and which is from Padlet. It's included in Padlet. It's not a different app. So if you want to try that one, maybe. Do you have a Padlet account?
That's very nice, Cynthia. Padlet has improved the tools.
Yes.
I have to explore them.
I will share just a few minutes, and then we continue organizing our meeting.
Nice.
Here. Okay.
Sorry, is there a WhatsApp group? Because I haven't received what you shared, Ceci.
Really?
No, Susana, I have to add you because I sent you the email, but I didn't get a response. Okay, so I have to add you, but now you are here, so I will add you.
I can add it here too. Don't worry. The curation of content.
Good. So here you see that you have the traditional Padlets, and when you go to create, you have now the traditional one or the sandbox option. When you go to the sandbox option, you will have something that is very similar to Jamboard. So you can share, you can see that you have a board, you can have different options to use. Here they are like templates. You can choose them or not. you can create here whatever you want. They can draw, they can write, they can add different documents. You can add videos, PDF, you can write text. So you can see all of this is what you can add. Okay.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Audios, Google Drive. So yes, it's amazing. And here you can add another page. Yes, as we did in Jamboard. Yes. So maybe you can
add the reading passage, you can add it here.
Of course, you can, and you can make notes on the reading passage. Okay, there is a way which you block the image so that it's not moved by another student. So you can do that too. And well, you can select if you want. Each student can write on one of the pages, or all of them can use them. And you share them. Let me see here. Okay, can you see this one? So here you can share with the other students. Of course, you can make the different settings here, what they can do, and you share it with them, and they access Padlet with no registration, and they are allowed to write as they did in Jamboard. I think this one is the most similar if you don't want to share the screen from Zoom, because it is a bit difficult for you. So this one, maybe you can try, and it can be
Padlet. Okay.
It's lovely.
Padlet, and inside Padlet, you have Sandbox.
So, and you have to subscribe to Padlet? Well, how does it go?
If you are not subscribed, you have 3 Padlets only. Then if you pay, you can do as many as you want. So I'm always, what you can do is to download what you do. So maybe I create a sandbox, I download it, and then I eliminate it, and then I create a new one. So that's something that maybe for a project you can do. If you want to have all the material for all the year, it's different. But you can download it, and then you can create a new one. That's what I usually do with Padlet.
Lovely.
Could you send us the link, please?
Yes, of course. Okay, let me find it. It's anyway, it's the Padlet page. It's the same.
I don't know Padlet, but for example, Canva, if you have an BOE account, there are many things that are free.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
I don't have one,
version.
so.
But if you have, if you
Maybe.
happen to have, yeah. Because Canva, you can do lots of things with your BOE account. And since Canva has done that, every time that I want to use an app, I use my BOE account just in case.
That's great.
that it doesn't happen with all of them, but well, I've been trying with that one. Because, well, since the government asks me to work for free, sometimes, well, I use their services as well. To try to get things for free. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So we have a number of topics here. Sorry, Cynthia.
No, just Julie mentioned classroom screen, and that's another good one.
That's another one. I mean, if you want to have like a lot of like things like a reading or a listening or a video, like all of them on the same screen, that's another alternative. And what Classroom Screen has, which I find very, very good, are tools for classroom management. So I don't know, have you ever used Classroom Screen?
No.
Okay, let me share it. Classroom Screen. There are 2 things that maybe are useful. Just a sec. Yeah. Let me share my screen. So basically, when you enter the main page, yeah, you can log in. Yeah. So I always log in with my Google account as well.
I use Classrooms. Is this the same? Classroom Screen?
It is Classroom Screen. I don't know if it is the one that you are thinking about, but you log in and you create a new screen. Yeah. And well, the new screen, of course, you can change the background. Okay. You can have something related to your class or something more neutral. And basically, you can add lots of things. You can use it as a board because you can write, yes. But also, yes, you can add a poll, for example. You can add a randomizer. So if you need to, for example, ask your students to participate or work in groups, So you set it up, you add the list of students, or maybe, I don't know, list of words that you want to revise. And then you click on a button and it's like a wheel. You have sound level, okay, for your classes, okay, text, or the work symbols, okay, like silence, whisper, ask a neighbor, timetable. So you get a lot of tools, yes, as you can see. I usually use it, for example, with a timetable to show the class's agenda. Yes, and then if you want to insert, for example, a video, or if you want to insert images or text, you can have it all here. And you have, again, like different screens. You can add them here, okay? The disadvantage is that you cannot save it, I mean, you need the pro version if you want to save them. But again, you can ask, yes, students to join and to link to that screen. So this is on the one hand. And on the other hand, if you go to resources and you go to our library, you get a lot of ready-made templates to use, like brain breaks or games or classroom management. So station rotation. So you see they are really, really good. So you can explore them. You have, I don't know, would you rather, shout. This one I used with my students the other day, and they went crazy. You get two randomizers, so you get, I don't know, a type of fish, or I don't know, a means of transport starting with this letter. I mean, two different tasks. So you play and they have to come up with something quickly. So there are lots of ready-made, yes, resources, but well, you can also use your screen to share materials and to manage a class. Okay, so basically that.
It's lovely.
Is there a limit?
No, the thing is that you cannot save the screen. So every time you enter, you have to create a new screen. So what I do is before like at the beginning of my day, I know I have two classes. So I prepare the two screens, sometimes on the same link, and then when I close them, they disappear. I mean, if I wanted to save them, I would have to create a premium account, and they ask you to pay. So as I don't use it as much, I say, well, I can create my screens, 5 minutes before the class.
Okay.
So
But
that's
can
the
save
only
them.
like disadvantage,
So
you cannot save them.
So instead of using what the common thing I hear is I don't use it as much. For Ceci said about Zoom whiteboards, the Padlet, and this one that you're saying the same. So what I understand, we as teachers need to write. So you write on the same whatever you're doing, on the same reading passage, on the listening, whatever, using other techniques, for example.
No, I meant that I don't use it as much as to have a premium account. That is what I meant. Like if I use the tool very, very frequently, I would probably pay for the premium version.
I understand that.
Okay.
But what I mean is that we as teachers need to write, need our students to see what we are doing. So for that, evidently, we're using something different. For example, we're using the, ¿cómo es que se llama este? The one in Zoom, annotation technique, for example. You're using that, the annotation technique. Something we have to be using when we are teaching in class, because they are reading something and they have doubts how to spell something. You have to write it at some point.
I see what you mean. Yes, I'm now teaching face-to-face mostly. So I use classroom screen on a big screen in my classroom, my physical classroom, and I use the actual whiteboard. Yes, I know what you mean. Like if I were on Zoom, I don't know, I haven't taught an online class, like a big class like that requires, for example, classroom management. Maybe I taught one-to-one classes and I use
but even in that
for annotations. Yeah,
you use
basically
annotations,
the chat, or I share the screen on Zoom and I use the annotation tool on Zoom.
Right, the annotation, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have put all our chat in personal assistant I have, Siegfried. And it's made this summary of the things in the chat. So maybe those are the big topics. If you agree, then we can start narrowing it down or seeing how to make the approach, no? Maybe, what do you suggest we do now with this? I think that, do you know what an AI assistant is? An agent. Let's talk about agents for 30 seconds. Do you know AI agents, what they are?
I haven't used them. Not agents, like individually.
No, I haven't used them either.
There is a course, Semana de Aprendizaje, that I attended from Learning Heroes. They offer, of course, a one-year course at university level to create AI agents, but there are free options that we can manage. How would you feel if you have an institute, right? And you have a lot of information to give the students. What time is this? I mean, you can have a regular chatbot and you configure the question and answer, but you can also load information. This is administrative information. Okay, I load it here. And you just create an agent to answer the different questions the students may have about or teachers, or your teachers may have about the procedures and so on. That was really fascinating, but as you know, in the learning weeks, La Semana de Aprendizaje Gratuitas, what they do is they give you a lot of words because that's a strategy and it's okay. A lot of what to do, and a very little how. And if you want the big how, you have to pay, which is logical because it takes 1 year. But I say, okay, maybe we can start humbly by seeing how agents can help us have a more balanced life, or at least AI can help us. And then at some point, we can together help to create one agent that without having to configure possible responses like a chatbot, like Cliengo or whatever, I think it's nice to have somebody who can answer different questions, by loading. I'm just saying administrative information, but it can be, I don't know, your services. It can be information about a topic that you have created so that students interact with the bot and the bot answers, and it releases your time from being in front of clients, students, teachers.
Oh,
so I love the
interesting.
idea of uploading documents. This is my dog study it, study it and then go. And in theory, what I've learned in this little how was that you could get into ChatGPT, and there is an option in ChatGPT without having to pay, because if you pay, it's 200,000 pesos, I think, per year. I don't know, but I have to figure that out. If you're interested, I can keep on exploring. But I love the idea of having agents. And then there are sites in which you can buy agents for, I don't know, $75, but they give you a lot of agents. And I just earmarked the site, but they give you a lot of agents already pre-configured, so you don't have to work on that because our time is valuable. And you just pay for that, and you can have perhaps an agent, and they give names, no? Clara is the one that assists students, and Margarita, and they are mini robots, but they are AI agents that you pay for, you load with information, and you forget. So I'm fascinated about the idea of having an agent, getting work off my shoulders, some kind of work.
See, is that the same thing that happens on WhatsApp with the chats that answer, the bots that answer questions in business? And WhatsApp business.
Well, you have two levels of chatbots. You have the AI powered chatbots and the ones that are regular. In my prepaga, my obra social, my health plan, they have the typical one. You want to speak to an agent, to say ABC. It's not so much AI, but in some cases you configure the answers. That is the old type. The new one is quite similar, but the loading process and the training process is different. You just give them documents, and of course you can guide the questions. But there is something very, very interesting, which is at some point there may be a human in the loop, no? Okay, I cannot answer all these questions. Do you want to speak to an agent?
Yes.
And maybe to the end user, they are similar, but the training is different. And this training with AIs saves us a lot of time. So I think that the AI agents are the thing of the future. The problem is that they are autonomous, and some people say that they are going to take over the world. So, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's an issue.
In the meantime, we can use them.
Yeah, unless you want to
world.
If you take over the world, Marcel, I will be happy.
Yeah. But well, girls, I have to leave.
Yes, we are almost finishing. Well, we have all these ideas. I like the summary that Ceci shared here, so I will take a screenshot of it and share it in our WhatsApp. And maybe we can think about what we can do with all of this so that in our next meeting, we have something in mind. Should I?
When is our next meeting? Like which Saturday of June?
That would be the second Saturday.
The second Saturday. So
yes, today was an exception, but then it will be on the second Saturday.
Always the second, no?
Exactly. June is the 14th.
The 14th. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, good.
Right. Well, we have so many things as usual at the beginning of the year.
So, nice things to think about.
People.
Okay.
Yes, we need to think about a lot. So it's been great meeting you. Thanks for your collaboration. So it was amazing. And well, Susana and Antonella, welcome. I hope we can meet you again next meeting. So thanks for joining. Great people.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye. Thanks. The picture.
Thank you.
Oh, who left?
Oh, wait.
Somebody left. Okay, so are you ready? There we go. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Okay, people, now yes.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.